master mandala in the companion book to this video, the Book of Solomon's Magic. The design may appear complicated, but it is actually quite simple and easy to work with. You will note that our modern almadel is combined with the traditional double cube altar. We have shielded the candles at the four corners, and an incense chamber below has been added, with slots cut around the central compass rose to allow the rising smoke to surround our crystal shoe stone, which is placed on our master mandala that unifies the Goetia and almadel systems in one all-encompassing design. Notice that we've placed low stools around the foot of the altar so that 4 or more people may sit and gaze up at the smoke-shrouded crystal haloed in spectral light, with nothing else in their field of vision. Now, let's see how this works in actual practice. Before every magical operation, whether of invocation or evocation, we open our circle and call down the archangelic guardians of the quarters with a Golden Dawn-style invoking ritual of the Lesser Pentagram, and, at the conclusion of the ceremony, we will employ the banishing version of the same rite to close and seal the gateway between the worlds.
Ata, Malkuth, Vegabura, Vegaduda, Deolam, Om. Amasha O. Adonai. Ahea. Ata, Gibor, Leolam, Adonai. Before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. At my right hand, Michael. At my left hand, Oriel. Around us flame the pentagrams. Above us shines the six-rayed star. Ata, Malkuth, Vegabura, Vegadula, Leolam, Om.
We call thee, great Archangel Raphael, in the name of Tetragrammaton, Amashao. Come to us, O guardian of the Eastern Quadrant, master teacher, loving healer, wielder of the sword of truth, and Lord of the aerial realm. Come, we beseech thy presence here upon this holy table. Shine forth from this pellucid crystal. Grant us a glimpse of thy glory and a whisper of thy wisdom. Raphael, 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 Raphael. As the soft chanting continues, each person around the circle will invoke in his or her turn until the altar top is haloed with an electric blue aura of astral energy, shot through with golden rays of light. Then you know you are on holy ground, and the angel may speak through any one of you. You may not see Raphael in the crystal, but you will certainly sense his presence. You will feel his power, and his voice will speak within you. Until you have made such a connection and established such a bond with all 4 of the archangels, you must not venture further into the darker realms of Solomon's magic.
Great Archangel Michael, guardian of the southern quadrant, master of the sacred lands, warrior and defender, Lord of the realm of fire, come, grant us a measure of thy power and a warning of any dangers that might lie before us.
Great Archangel Gabriel, guardian of the western quadrant, Lady of the waters and mistress of the Holy Grail, quicken within us the faculties of sympathy and of intuition. Grant us a glimpse of thy mystic grace and an oracle from thy vast dark ocean of understanding. Great Archangel Auriel, guardian of the northern quadrant, Lady of the earth and mistress of the holy pantacle of art, bring us in harmony with nature's cycle and make fertile all our just desires. Bestow upon us thy love and lead us unto thy treasures. In the name of Adonai, Haaretz, Auriel,
Remember, you're invoking these angels, not evoking them. Evocation means bringing something out of yourself. Invocation's like praying. You're calling them down from above. You're inviting them to visit you. You're asking them for their help. So you shouldn't command them, and you certainly shouldn't banish them after the operation is over. You thank them, you ask them to come again, and you bid them hail and farewell. Now that we have the four great archangels of the quadrants firmly on our side, we're ready to open Solomon's brass vessel and call forth the genie to appear in the dark mirror on the triangle of art. As an example, we're going to summon the spirit Astaroth, who is described in the Goetia as a great and powerful duke whose lamen is to be made out of copper. Copper is the metal attributed to the planet Venus. This is appropriate because the spirit Astaroth is actually the ancient Canaanite goddess Astarte. Therefore, we will operate as if we are evoking her in the seventh Kabbalistic sphere of Netzach, with the understanding that all operations of the Goetia take place in the lunar sphere of Yesod. Remember, each sphere contains its own tree of life complete. This concept is not difficult to grasp if we think of the moon as a silver mirror through which all the multicolored lights of the higher spheres are reflected. And keeping this in mind, we should always perform our evocations when the moon is waxing. Pay very close attention to every detail of what you're about to see. This is the first time a complete operation of goetic thaumaturgy has ever been visually recorded. We're going to call forth the spirit Astaroth, who is actually Astarte, the queen of heaven and the patron goddess of our temple. It was in her honor and through her inspiration that I founded the Order of the Temple of Astarte in 1970 to properly teach Solomon's magic to worthy students of the art. We have continued this tradition in an unbroken continuity for 25 years, initiating and instructing over 100 here in our temple. After the lesser pentagram, which we have already demonstrated, the operator should perform a planetary septagram ritual, internalizing and then externalizing the Kabbalistic lunar sphere of Yesod, within which all goetic operations are encompassed.
Rita Shaddai El-Kai. Rita Shaddai El-Kai. Rita Shaddai El-Kai. Rita Shaddai El-Kai. In the name of the Archangel Gabriel, I declare the gateway to the lunar sphere of your son is hereby open.
Let the mystic circumambulation commence. 7 turns Deasil in the sphere of Netzach of Yesod. Thee I invoke, the bornless one, thee that didst create the earth and the heavens, thee that didst create the darkness and the light. Thou art Osiris and Ophrys, Osiris the beautiful, whom no one hath seen at any time. Thou hast distinguished between the just and the unjust. Thou didst make the female and the male. Thou didst produce the seed and the fruit. Thou didst form us to love one another and to hate one another. I invoke thee, the terrible and invisible God who dwelleth in the void place of the Spirit. I am he, the bornless Spirit. I am he, the truth. I am he who hates that evil should be wrought in the world. I am he that brings the lightning and the thunder. I am he who showereth life upon the earth. I am he, the grace of the world. The heart girt with the serpent is my name. Come thou forth and follow me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the aether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land or in the water, of whirling air or of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me.
Domini delixi decorum Dominus Tue, et locum habitationis gloria Tue, Mendiel. I conjure thee, Spirit Astaroth, I supplicate thee, Goddess Astarte, I conjure thee, in the northern quadrant, under the power of the Archangel Uriel, through the angel Mendiel, in the realm of the king Zemanar, command thee by Barlamensis, Baliciensis, Paumantia, Apollorosades, and the mighty princes Geneo and Leocade, ministers of the seat of Tartarus, and chief princes of the throne of Apologia in the 9th region. Come, in the holy and glorious names, Yah, Hamashau Elohim, Elohim Gabor, Amashau Alavavadas, Amashau Sabaoth. Come, appear before this circle, within that triangle, in fair and human form, without horror or deformity, and without delay. Come from whatever part of the world thou art, and answer my questions. Come humbly, come visibly, come affably, and manifest that which I desire. Being summoned by the true and living God, Eliorum, we command thee also by the Tetragrammaton. While the elements are overturned, the snare is sundered, sea rolls back, and the fire is generated, and the earth moves, and all the host of things celestial, of things terrestrial, of things infernal, do tremble and are confounded together. Come, appear before us affably, and speak unto us in a clear, intelligible voice in our mother tongue, free from ambiguity and guile. Come in the name of Adonai Zebaoth. Come, why dost thou tarry? Adonai Shaddai, King of kings, commands thee. Do you have a presence?
Yes, she is here.
welcome you, Goddess Astarte. We apologize for summoning you with such strong incantations, but we hasten to declare that we command only that portion of you that dwells within us. Your higher presence we hold in true reverence and serve in all humility. Goddess, do you have an oracle for us?
I have an oracle for all those who would seek me. Each priestess must call me forth through her own image and in her own time. It is enough that you have opened the gates. Now, each one must make her own sacred journey.
Great Goddess Astarte, we thank thee for having attended our rites and granting our wishes. And as we release your special presence to return to your lovely realm, we ask that your essence remain stronger within us. And we ask that you return to us when called by the rites of holy magic. Hail and farewell. There are a few things I should mention about the ceremony you've just seen. If you demand the presence of a spirit who is actually an ancient god or a goddess, then you should apologize to them when they appear. Now, the reason is this. Our ancestors transformed these ancient deities into demons and imprisoned them down in the brass vessel of the collective unconscious. Now, you can treat them like medieval demons. You can conjure them with powerful incantations. You can use the curse of chains, or you can torment them into coming by burning their sigils. But then how do you think they're going to treat you? Remember, they are part of you, just as you are a part of the universal mind which we all share. They appear from the collective unconscious through your reflection when you evoke them. And they return to the universal mind through your image when they depart. For this reason, you should treat even the lowest of their number with respect, and the gods and goddesses among them with veneration. And for this reason, you should never, under any circumstances,